Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the middle of the month, so it's my real estate portfolio update. Last month I was in $421,755 of mortgage debt. This month I'm all the way down to $421,042 of mortgage debt. Starting with my single rental property, the Golden Goose. Last month things were good, no maintenance, no debt payoff on my credit cards, so cash flow returned to positive. So let's take a look at the cash flow last month. Yeah, almost $300 positive of cash flow, which is nice. And actually, with everything my rental's been through, if you've been watching these videos, you know short vacancies, like short notice vacancies, which have really freaking sucked. Toilet replacements, floor repairs, just general maintenance and upkeep with the property. My gutters collapsed. With all of that, my cash flow on the year is negative $108. So I'm on, fingers crossed, knock on wood, I'm on track to return to positive cash flow on the year. So that's pretty exciting. Another thing we need to look at when analyzing rental properties is principal payoff. As you see here, the principal payoff has gone up $1 each month, basically. And on the year, we're well over $3,200 of principal payoff. So what that means is $3,200 has been paid off of this mortgage. And this is a rental. So besides the 1 month it was vacant, a tenant's been paying that for me. So that's pretty nice. I'm pretty much even on the cash flow right now, and 3,200 paid off. So that's why it's called the Golden Goose. This thing is a champ, and it's getting exciting that cash flow is starting to neutralize. Now on my primary residence, the SS Money Pit, which is a smaller, less desirable property. However, the payment is well over my rental. Last month, its payment paid down just $288 of principal, and interest is well over $1,200, which is freaking disgusting. This month, the payment brought down the principal like another dollar, so now it's $289 of principal payoff and still well over $1,200 of interest. I'm still working on the shed build outside. If you haven't seen the video, make sure to watch it. I put in some hella hard work. It's just so goddamn hot, and I ran into a snag, and in the video I'll go over it, but I'm working on that. My overall real estate strategy is staying the same. I'm sort of stuck at this point because this house realistically could not rent for what its payment is. And with rates, kind of staying elevated, I can't refinance it right now either. Just in a waiting game. I'm just going to keep paying this property, building my cash, getting ammunition for when I want to go buy a third property. Hopefully rates can come down a little bit, give me a little window to refinance and bring its 6% rate down to like maybe 5.4. That would be lit. Speaking of mortgage rates, what's the mortgage rate outlook? Well, to be honest, not good. Since the Iran war, they've just gone straight up, almost like a straight line. This here is the 10-year Treasury, which is the strongest correlation we have to mortgage rates. And you see, since the Iran war, it's just been parabolic and then just staying elevated. It's because the oil shock is inflationary, and inflation drives up rates. With no end in sight, rates might just stay elevated. This here's the CME Fed Watch tool, and by January, they actually project the Fed to raise rates, so we'll see. I'm skeptical, but we'll see what happens. And what are the experts saying? They're all projecting mortgage rates to stay about the same, which basically means no one knows anything. Kind of stuck in limbo here. Contrary to popular belief though, mortgage rates staying somewhat elevated is actually good for the long-term health of the real estate market because it kind of helps lower demand, which basically lets incomes gradually catch up to the already extremely elevated home prices we have. So by helping keep down that demand, the home prices are staying somewhat flat, and when adjusted for inflation, they're actually going slightly down, so home affordability is slowly getting better. Selfishly, though, I am kind of hoping there's like a little emergency, like with COVID or the great financial crisis, where they are forced to lower rates dramatically, and then I could get my quick yank on this house and get the hell out of here, and I'd no longer be stuck. But either way, I'll do what needs to be done, whether the rates stay the same or whether rates dip or even get elevated. I'm getting kind of stir crazy because it's been over 2 years I've been in this house at this point. I would have thought by now I'd have a third property. I've actually started looking into DSCR loans for my business, which has the one rental, which basically a DSCR loan just doesn't even factor in your own income. It just basically bases a property off of its rental potential. The only downside with that is rates are higher on those slightly, and you definitely need 20% down. I've been looking at smaller properties like a 2-bedroom house, like a little townhome. But even with those smaller properties, which have smaller overall like asking prices, a 20% down payment is still going to be minimum 30, 35, 40K, which would just completely drain my cash. And then if I had an emergency or whatever, I'd be cooked. I don't want to rush into another property like I did with this one. So I learned my mistake. Patience is a virtue. I'm gonna stay the course, just stay put, wait for my opportunity, and then I'll strike when the opportunity arises, and I will let you guys know when I do. It's just, it's like I feel a rush to get this real estate snowball going because I hit such a grand slam with my first property, and then this one just set me back. That's why it's called the SS Money Pit. But like I said, I can't rush. Rushing is bad. One bad property is okay, but two bad properties, and then say I'm drained of cash to buy the third property and something goes wrong, or you never know what the hell could happen. Like my income goes down at my commission job, who knows? I could be cooked, so I got to play it safe here. But hopefully with another year or two of good cash flow, especially from my Golden Goose, which can help, jumpstart my cash balance, I could find a good deal on a third property and get that ball rolling. But what do you think? Is real estate even worth it? Or are stocks the way to go? Sometimes I genuinely ponder this question myself because, in my opinion, stocks are way less stressful than real estate, especially when something's going bad with real estate, like a vacancy or maintenance. But in my opinion, real estate is still a very good asset to be diversified in from stocks. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll keep you guys updated, and I hope you have a great day.